Okay, getting ready for our final race of the day then, which is the Goodyear Brick Car Endurance Championship Endurance and Praga categories. In pole position for this one, based on the second fastest times in qualifying, number 111, which is the Tim Gray Motorsports at Praga. Driving that one will be Richard Wells for the first stint. Alongside them will be number 87, Jimmy Broadbent starts the Gold Praga, the winners of race 1. Second row, 29, which will be started by Richard Morris, showing with Chippy Wesmail, alongside the number 91, started by Charlie Martin. Row 3, number 77, the McLaren. More on them in a moment. They got a penalty in race 1 for an infringement and dropped to second in class, so the championship is not over yet. Dave Scaramanga starts that car. Starting alongside the number 85 Praga, Jay Morton is going first in that showing with Ben Collins. Row 4, number 7, which is Miles Lacey, alongside the number 24 car, which will be Jem Hepworth in her Praga. The 5th row, 333, which is Ash Dibden, alongside the number 16 Red River sports car. Bonamy Grimes starts the Ferrari, sharing with Johnny Molan. Row 6 is Johnny McGregor in the Tyrannus, number 3, and number 76, the Aston Martin Vulcan, started by Stephen Tompkins. Row 7, number 160, Wayne Mars will take the start in the Dodge Viper, shared with Tom Jackson. Alongside number 51, Lewis Plato starts the Ferrari, shared with Carl Cavers. On the 8th row, number 84, which is the Bridles, Ed Bridle is going first this time, alongside number 144. Chris Goddard starts the Ferrari, shared with Charlie Hollings. Hopefully that car is back out. It went up in smoke in race 1. Number 31 is on row 9. That's Rod Goodman's Praga, starting alongside 32. That car will not be starting. The Cunningham's Porsche breaking down in race 1. Then on row 10 we've got number 23, quite a long way back on the grid for the Nissan GTR. Richard Wheeler is going first, alongside the number 69 Porsche. Hopefully they've repaired that car. Not sure of the starting driver in that one, I'm afraid. Row 11, number 68, which is Team Brits in the Aston Martin. Aaron Morgan going first this time, alongside number 99, the TCR Golf, started by George Heeler. Row 12, number 58, which is Jamie Vinnell-Meyer going first in the Ligier for Reflex Racing, alongside number 60, started by Martin Byford, the Seat Cupra. Row 13, number 9, which is Peter Erscheg in the PB Racing Porsche, alongside the CTR Alpha Tune, number 44 Cupra. Will Foster going first. Row 14, number 38, which is the Triple M Automotive Aston Martin. Dale Albert taking the start this time, showing Mark Albert. Alongside AFM Racing's number 63, Mark Havers will start that car. He missed race 1 with drive shaft problems. Rick Kerry, ex-BTCC man, shares that car. Then we've got number 22, which is Nick Hull going first, showing with Richard Avery and the Seat Cupra. And 138's Hugo Cook will start. Sasha Kakard takes over the Audi TCR. Now, there's likely to be a few gaps on this grid after the chaos of race 1. Let's have a look, shall we? How many are we missing? Well, the race 1 winner is there. They'll get a 15-second penalty at their pit stop. Of course, the top 3 in each class from race 1 get an extra few seconds. It's 15 seconds for a class win, 10 for second, 5 for third. But as we said, from race number 1, Dave Scaramanga and Will Powell have lost their class win. They got a 30-second penalty, which has dropped them behind Johnny McGregor in the Tyrannus. So the championship is still open heading into this one. We'll wait and see what transpires here as the green flag is waved, and here we go. I think that's Richard Wells on the front row. It looks like they've put the front end from Jem Hepworth's car on that car. The 29 is there. Quite a few missing for this one. The 69 Porsche is back out. I think Marcus Fothergill is in that car. '29 and the 91 Pragas are both there. McLaren is there. The 85 Praga I don't think is there after the damage from race 1. Tyrannus is there, the Viper. The 84 Praga of the Bridles is there. The Aston Vulcan is there. The number 16 Ferrari is present. The blue Ferrari, number 144, is not. Fair play to number 69, the Bespoke Defenders team, for getting the Porsche back out. The Nissan GTR is there. This will be a rolling start, and just looking on the notice board, this race will be a reduced distance of 45 minutes, and there will now be 2 green flag laps, so they're going to do another green flag lap after this one. So it's racing into the twilight here at Donington Park. There's that gorgeous Aston Martin Vulcan. The treble 3 of Ash Dibden, 3 Lions Team Praga, is back out. So a reduced length of race, 45 minutes for the last race of the season because of the delay earlier on. And we will do another lap behind the pace car. So there'll be 2 green flag laps. This is going to be the second one. Next time by, the race should get underway. So the 111 car, driven by Richard Wells, in pole position. It's got the front end from bodywork from Jem Hepworth's car on it. Clock has started the countdown, as you can see, so the race effectively is underway. We're going to do a safety car start. So there's about 4 cars, I would say, missing from the lineup here. The 85 Praga is not there. Jem Hepworth's Praga obviously is not there after the damage from race 1. I'll work out which other cars are missing. According to the timing screen, the blue Ferrari is there. I must have overlooked that. We know the Cunningham Porsche is not there, the yellow Porsche. I didn't see Rod Goodman there in his Praga, so that might be the other car we're missing. Start to form up 2 by 2 then. No, the blue Ferrari should be behind the Italian tricolor liveried one, number 51, so Chris Goddard's car is not there. So this will be a 45-minute race, not an hour in length. The Audi at the back. Getting ready for a start then, our second and final race of the day for the Goodyear Brick Car Endurance Championship, Endurance and Praga categories, the final race of the season for them. Racing into the night almost here at Donington Park. Favourites for the championship, Dave Scaramanga and Will Powell in the number 77 McLaren. Chris Wesmail and Richard Morris probably the favourites for the Praga category. Let's see who's going to take the final win of the season then, waiting for the red lights to go out. A slightly depleted grid after some damage from race 1, but we're underway, and Richard Wells makes his trademark fast start. The Porsche number 69 straight into the pits there, so the repairs possibly not as effective there as the team may have wanted. Here come your leaders then, down the Craner curves. It is Richard Wells, number treble 1, who's got the lead. 87, Jimmy Broadbent in second place, looking for a double win, sharing with Gordy Much today. Third is the 29 of Richard Morris. Then we have got the number 91 started this time by Charlie Martin. Praga's to the 4 and the Tyrannus has made a super start, so Johnny McGregor in the number 3 is already up into 5th place and he's got the lead of Class 1. Somebody may have gone... we've got safety car notification on the timing screen. Has somebody gone off at the back, possibly, on the first corner? I didn't see anybody off there, but we'll wait and see. Yes, the yellow flags are waving, so there must be a safety car coming out. I'm not too clear why at the moment. Presumably somebody's gone off at the back of the field. We'll wait and pick up why that is, but it looks as though the safety car is going to be coming out as Johnny McGregor slows the non-Praga field down behind him. Whoops, the Dodge Viper nearly clipping the back of Bonamy Grimes' Ferrari. That car didn't complete the first lap earlier on, so Bon Grimes looking to get some racing laps in this time. There's the safety car. We've got a Praga at the end of the pit lane. Not too sure whose that car is. Now, who have we lost around the first lap? It's hard to tell at the moment because of a few cars that were missing from the timing screen anyway. There's the issue. It's on the outside of Redgate. It's a TCR car, I can tell you that. There's the car that's off. It's George Healer and Jonathan Beeson's TCR Golf. That's the car that ended up in the gravel at Redgate on the first corner. He's got going again. So the safety car should be out for just one lap. And then the pack will be unleashed once again. Your leader. Here's the 111 of Richard Wells. Jimmy Broadbent in second place. Then in third, it's the 29, which is Richard Morris. 91, Charlie Martin fourth. The first non-Praga championship car is the number 3. So the endurance category leader overall is Johnny McGregor, ahead of Dave Scaramanga in the McLaren. Then we've got Ashley Dibden in the 333 at Praga. And then Bon Grimes in the Ferrari. "38 minutes of this race still to go, so we are going to be in virtual darkness by the time this one comes to an end. The Brick Car Trophy category is scheduled to have night races at Brands Hatch in November. There's the Golf that's rejoined back as the field about to be unleashed once again. There's the green flag, and away we go, racing into the night here at Donington Park. We're back underway, down into Redgate corner for the first time. Richard Wells leads Jimmy Broadbent into the first corner, and Broadbent and Gordy Much take their second win of the day. They'll have a few seconds extra, remember, to serve at their pit stop. Wells and Tim Gray will not, because they finished outside the top 3 of the Praga Championship in their first race. So they could be among the favourites for overall victory here, but Jimmy Broadbent is not hanging about here in the 87. Up the hill they go towards McLean's. Third place is Morris, Martin, McGregor. Ash Dibden is next through, and then Will Powell and Dave Scaramanga. It's Scaramanga on board the McLaren for the first stint. Johnny McGregor's not hanging about either in the yellow Tyrannus, chasing down the Pragas ahead of him. Haze of headlights down towards the Fogarty S's. Richard Wells, ex-Radical racer, leads the way. Chased by Jimmy Broadbent, Britain's most famous sim racer. The Ferrari's moving up. That's the 51 with Lewis Plato on board, getting ahead of the Aston Vulcan of Stephen Tompkins. The late pit stop gamble didn't pay off for them in race 1. Moving up there, Ash Dibden. McGregor's got ahead of Charlie Martin there. Side by side between the McLaren and the Ferrari. That That's Lewis Plato, another ex-Radical champion. Leaders come over the line. Wells from Broadbent by 0.8 of a second. Praga in 4th place. Somebody coming into the pits. That's one of the Pragas. That's Ash Dibden. So that's the car that was damaged in race 1. Maybe still suffering problems with that car. Or is the pit window open yet? No, pit window opens in about 6 minutes' time. Of course, we've got a slightly reduced race distance, so slightly different pit window. Dave Scaramanga is dropping back in the McLaren here. The Vulcan goes through. Then up behind him is Bonamy Grimes, the travel businessman, racing with Johnny Molem for a number of years now. Johnny, his driver coach. They've done Le Mans 24 hours together in the past. And next in the order is the Dodge Viper, driven by Wayne Mars, Mr. Fresh and Fruity as he's known after his fruit and vegetable business. He's about to lose out there to Ed Bridle in the Praga. Seems unfamiliar seeing Wayne Mars in anything other than a Ferrari. He's raced Ferraris very successfully over the years. Here's a Ferrari driven by Bonamy Grimes, gentleman racer, coached by Johnny Molem, who will take over that car later in the race. The Audi's well up of Hugo Cook, number 138 there. Over the line come the leaders then, 1.5 seconds in it, so Richard Wells accelerating away a little in the Tim Gray Motorsport Praga R1. Still over half an hour of racing to go, so plenty can change at the moment. Ashley Dibden still in pit lane, so clearly a problem with his car. Is that the Fothergill Bennett Porsche back out? Yes, it is. They've rejoined. He's trying to get some points on the board here. They are still in championship contention. Through goes Lewis Plato. Through goes Stephen Tompkins in the Vulcan. What an appropriate name for that car, Vulcan, isn't it? It does almost look like a fighter plane without wings. A menacing sight in your rear view mirror. There goes the Ligier. It's being driven by Jamie Vinall-Meyer. Started off his season in the little Ginetta G20 in the Brit Car Trophy category. Now Dave Scaramanga, the ex-saloon car racer, has dropped back in the McLaren, but once Will Powell climbs aboard, that car will fly back up the order, as we saw in race 1. So they lost the class win with that penalty, and also lost the overall endurance category win. That went to Johnny McGregor on his local circuit here. He'll be pleased to inherit that. Class 4 is being led by the Ligier, ahead of Peter Erscheg's Porsche and the EDF Motorsports Cupra TCR of Martin Byford. There's the Ligier going through the hairpin. There's Erscheg. Battle in Class 4. There's the Cupra in 3rd, ahead of the 44 of Will Foster and his Cupra TCR touring car. Bobby Trunkley and Aaron Morgan. It's Aaron Morgan in the Team Brit Aston Martin. Here's Don Grimes on the move, chasing down one of the Pragas. That's number 91, Charlie Martin. Charlie's lost a couple of places there. Stephen Tompkins is on the move in the Aston Vulcan. He's got ahead of these two. So the order is Wells from Broadbent, Morris in 3rd. Wesmail and Morris need to try and recover points to take the Praga title. Gregor is 4th in the Tourettes. Tompkins now 5th in the Aston Martin. Here comes Bon Grimes in the Ferrari. Fastest lap of the race by Richard Morris, number 29 in the Praga in 3rd place last time through. The car we've lost, I've just noticed early on, and that was Miles Lacey. He's dropped out of the race early in this one. Lost the number 7, 2nd in race 1. That's a great shame, one of the leading Pragas. New fastest lap of the race by Jimmy Broadbent, 31.358. So he's closing on our race leader, Richard Wells. There's the Vulcan in 5th. Lewis Plato is catching him. Lewis, a very quick GT racer. Ferraris and Porsches. He's won Radical titles as well. Well, we mentioned Miles Lacey has dropped out of the race. We can now head down to the pits in just a moment, and he's talking to Ewan Dunlop.
Here in the pit lane with Miles Lacey. A fantastic morning. Let's talk about your second place earlier on, first of all.
Yeah, that's probably a nice place to start. Yeah, so just a few circumstances changed in testing yesterday, which means I'm driving the car on my own. Normally we share the driving, of course. So, yeah, there was an absolute carnage at turn 1. Managed to pick my way through that and dragged it through to P2. So that's the first podium I've had this year.
With you and Jimmy up there, all of you sort of like sim racers. That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's some inexperienced guys out there. There's some very experienced guys, but to be honest, everybody's driving pretty well.
And, where is James?
James sadly had to tend to another matter. So he said, "Are you happy racing the car on your own?" I said, well, yeah, I'm not going home. The car's here, the boys are here, so let's do it.
Great morning. Difficult lap 1 this morning, even harder corner 1 this afternoon. What happened?
Yeah, seriously. In the race or just now? Just now, yeah, race 2. So we did the formation lap and no problems at all. Car doing everything I expected it to, and then just pulling away. Into second gear and the revs just went sky high, and I thought maybe the clutch or something, but it seems like it's had a bit of a gearbox issue, so there's no drive at all, so there's no chance we can repair it quickly. Maybe the boys thought they could quickly bodge something together, but it's not going to happen, so we're going to have to retire it sadly.
Is this a good day though?
It's a bloody good day. It's an amazing day because we've got a podium and my whole family's here, and it's a home circuit for me, and so I'm absolutely over the moon. And just to say Motors won the team, they just blow me away every time, seriously. I know everybody says it, but these guys really are the ones. And
you've got 2 trophies because it's a pairs race, but you're going to give 1 trophy to the team, is that right?
Exactly, yeah. My arms are tired, I don't want to carry 2. No, so I'll give 1 to the team, and I'll take that one home, and I shall have it in pride of place. And
highlight of your season today?
It's got to be this. It was Silverstone at first when we led the race for a long time, but no, just getting a result is such a different feeling. Makes you want to go and get another one, doesn't it?
Miles, congratulations, well done, mate. Miles Lacey down here in the pits. I'm going to throw back to Dave Goddard.
Well, sadly out of the race in this one. Talking of interviews, apologies if you heard any choice language during the interviews following the sports prototype race earlier on. Just seen a battle here of a second place in Class 4. The pit window has opened as well. The top 3 have all come in. Richard Wells to hand over to Tim Gray, Jimmy Broadbent to hand over to Gordy Much, and Richard Morris to hand to Chippy Wesmail. So the 3 Pragas have all come in. The Dodge Viper coming in as well. Charlie Martins brought the Praga in as well to hand over to Jack Fabi. Charlie had dropped back a little down the order. So Tom Jackson's going to take over the Dodge Viper. Top 3 have all come in. So the leader on track now should be Johnny McGregor in the Taranis, ahead of Stephen Tompkins and Lewis Plato. So we're going to see a similar situation here to race 1, I think. Look at the brake discs glowing there in the wheels of the Cupra of Will Foster, number 44. There is Martin Byford. He's got past Peter Erscheg. That's for second in Class 4 behind the Ligier of Jamie Vinolmeyer. The Nissan has pulled in as well, and that hasn't come back out, so it looks like a problem for Richard Wheeler in the Nissan GTR. The Audi has made 2 stops. That car certainly not running properly today. Jay Morton's come in number 85, so Ben Collins will take over. Nick Hull handing over to Richard Avery in the Cupra. Ex-Porsche racers, those 2. So McGregor now into the lead ahead of Tompkins and Plato. It's the Class 1 invitation and 3 invitation cars up to the front. Bon Grimes is 4th, and this car is 5th. Ed Bridle, number 84. The McLaren is in. Will Powell's going to take over from Dave Scaramanga, try and keep up their title hopes. Fastest lap is currently with Richard Wells in the 111 Praga. There's the Vulcan, they're in second place, 3 seconds off the race leaders. The Tyrannus of Johnny McGregor, there he is, Mac G leading the way. These are the pace setters. Down to the Fogarty S's for the 10th time. Slightly reduced race distance, we've got 26 minutes to go. Coming up to lap team Brit, fairly shortly in their Aston. 63 car, which missed race 1 with drive shaft issues, is in the pits. Mark Havers handing over to Rick Kerry, used to race a BMW in British touring cars several years ago. There's the Ferrari in third of Lewis Plato, lapping a couple of seconds off the leaders there. Plenty of cars in pit lane, you can see on the right of your screen. There's the Ferrari, number 51. Chris Plato up there in third. Carl Cavers will take over though, the Valuga car. The leader has come in. Now the Mac G Racing Tyrannus did come in that time through. Apologies, I missed that. It's Tompkins that now leads in the Vulcan. They pitted at the same time in race 1. He's monstering through the back markers. One Aston laps another there. Aaron Morgan, the paraplegic racer, goes a lap down. Lost a few cars into the pits already, as we've seen, as the Ferrari laps George Heeler's Golf, number 99. That's the car that has been into the pits, so it's Jonathan Beeson now on board that car, in fact. It's the car that ended up in the gravel at Redgate on the first corner. The bridles have come in. Chris taking over from Ed in their Praga, number 84. So the majority of the cars have come in now. The cars that haven't stopped are this one, the Aston. Plato's Ferrari, well, he's the quicker of the two drivers, Lewis Plato, so he'll stay out as long as he can. The Bond Grimes Johnny Molan Ferrari is yet to stop. The Ligier of Jamie Vinnell-Meyer has yet to come in to hand over to Charlotte Birch. The Byford Woodman Cupra, Peter Erscheg's Porsche, the Foster and Day Cupra, and the Albert Aston Martin. They're the cars that have yet to stop. Lead gap is 1.6 seconds. These are the two leaders heading down towards the Craner curves. Bon Grimes has come in. Hand over to Johnny Molan. He'll drop back from the two leaders. Tompkins and Plato, there they go. And coming up the hill there, looks like Lewis Plato, yes, has taken the lead in the Ferrari. There's the Aston in second place. So Bon Grimes, Lewis Plato rather, is your new leader in the number 51 Ferrari. So the Ligier is now up to fourth and leading Class 4. Bon Grimes, the leader of Class 3, is in the pits. Class 1 is Tompkins, but that car an invitation class runner, so still in front in Class 1 is McGregor as things stand at the moment in the Tyrannus. And the only entry in Class 2 is the Mars and Jackson Dodge Viper, and that doesn't score points because it's an invitation class runner. Gordy Much has just set the fastest lap of the race, further back in the order, 1:28.236. That car has already stopped, and we can talk now to the man who started it. Jimmy Broadbent is with Ewan Dunlop in the pit lane.
We are down in the pits again. This time we've got Jimmy Broadbent, winner of race number 1. We didn't get to speak to you after the first race. Let's talk about that first of all.
Yeah, mad. I mean, my goal really was to get a podium this year, and then to stand on the top step was thoroughly, I wouldn't say unexpected. I thought we had the pace, but it's a dream come true for me, so it was amazing to get to do that.
Obviously a new pairing, the two of you, this weekend for the first time, and what a dream start. How good is it racing with Gordy?
I mean, Gordy's aptitude to be able to tell you how a car can go fast and the way you do that is just unreal. He knows seemingly everything about cars, and for me, he's still learning. It's like learning a language. He's fluent, I'm still learning.
So does it matter what happens in this race, or is that your weekend? Positive, brilliant, no matter what?
If I said it didn't matter, I wouldn't be racing, would I? I mean, I'd love to come away with another podium. Gordy's out there now putting in some amazing times, and I was able to hold on to the Wells car for a while, but not able to get close enough to overtake. But to be honest, coming in second place, I think that's a nice place to come in the pit lane. So
you're happy with your stint? How would you compare it to your stint this morning? Better?
Oh yeah, definitely better. I mean, I was on it straight away, warmed the car up properly, and from the get-go I was just like, be aggressive, and it paid off, so good.
I will let you keep on watching, Gordy. Best of luck, congratulations already on a brilliant weekend. We'll speak to you at Park Fair, mate, later on.
Thank you, mate, have a good one.
Jimmy Broadbent, everybody. Dave Goddard coming back to you.
Thanks, Ewan. Jamie Vinnell-Meyer has brought the Class 4 leading Ligier in to hand over to Charlotte Birch. The two leaders continuing because Plato and Tompkins are the quicker drivers in those cars. They'll stay out for as long as they can in the pit window. Martin Byford likewise in Class 4 in the Cupra. He's yet to stop. Peter Ersheg driving solo is still yet to stop. Will Foster sharing with Alex Day in their Cupra. And the Albert family Aston Martin. They're the only cars now that have not made their mandatory pit stop. Lost about 5 cars from this race. The Grimes Molen car has rejoined. There is number 87. That's Gordy Much, and he is the fastest man on track at the moment. He's done a 1:28.236, the fastest lap of the race. Are we going to see another win for the 87 Praga? Lead gap is 2.3 seconds between the Ferrari, there it is, coming out of the hairpin, and the Aston Martin. But they might slip back when their co-drivers take over, because, as we say, with all due respect to them, the drivers currently on board are the quicker of their pairings, and the Ferrari comes in. Luis Plato comes in to hand over to Carl Cavers. The Aston follows him. Gleb Stepanov, the Latvian, will take over. So the two leaders are in, and who's going to take over at the front? Well, the next car that hasn't stopped is the number 60 Cupra of Martin Byford, the Class 4 car. Peter Ersheg has come in from 4th place in the Porsche. He came in last time around. So is Martin Byford going to stay out? There's Gordy Much. What's his lap that time through? A 1:28.3, so he's still the quickest man on track. Is Goldie going to take another win? Chasing down the Albert Aston Martin. It's Dale, I think, still on board that car. He goes through. That's the Aston as if it's standing still. Still waiting to see if Martin Byford comes in this time with the Seat. There is the Ferrari of Beluga Racing. Luis Plato has got out. He's strapping his partner Carl Cavers in. Full safety harness, as you can see. Of course, the minimum pit stop time is 2 minutes plus any success seconds, and they do have to serve an extra 15 seconds because they were the top classified Class 3 car in race 1. Well, Martin Byford's come in. Ash Woodman will take over the Cupra. 44 car is coming in as well. Will Foster will hand over to Alex Day. And so has anybody not now stopped? I think the only car that hasn't is the Albert family Aston Martin. They're going to be the last car to take their pit stop. There's the car we didn't see in race 1. The 63 of Mark Havers and Rick Kerry. Where are they currently in the order? Quite a way down, unfortunately. 19th place. So now we've got to wait for everything to cycle through, and it's going to be Praga's back to the front. I think it's going to be Chippy Wesmail who comes out in the lead. Now, I think that's the 29 car, just heading up the straight there towards Goddard's corner. So it's going to be, I think, Chippy Wesmail with the lead, Tim Gray in second, and Gordy Much in third. But Much is the quicker of those 3 cars on circuit at the moment. 17 minutes of the race to go. We can see some work going on the number 60 car. This is one of the quickest cars in Class 4. Ash Woodman getting aboard the Cupra. Looks like a problem is spotted with the right front wheel here. That's being changed. On the EDF Motorsports car, we Spoke to EDF prior to the season, Eddie Farrow and his crew. Whether they've changed a tyre there, we didn't see, or whether they just tightened the wheel nuts up. Battle of the Porsche and the Aston Martin there. Peter Erceg and with Bobby Trundley now on board the Aston Martin. Okay, so I think it's going to be Praga's back to the fore. This is close into the chicane there, the Aston of Bobby Trundley. It is now Praga's back to the front. There's the only car that hasn't stopped yet. That of Mark and Dale Albert. It's Dale still on board. Problems in race 1 and failed to finish. Okay, your leader is now Chippy Westmail. Now the pit stops have cycled through in the Praga as the Aston comes in, so that completes the pit stoppers. Second place, 0.8 of a second back, is Tim Gray in treble 1, and Gordy Much is in third, a further 2.5 seconds back, so we'll try and pick up the Pragas in a moment. Fourth place will be Jack Fabi, but he's a few seconds further back. And then we'll wait to see who comes through next leading the endurance category when everybody has cycled through their pit stops. I think possibly leading the endurance category it's going to be Johnny Molen. We'll wait and see. There's the Cupra back out. "15 minutes of this race to go then. The pit window has just closed, but everybody has taken their stops. Now there, I think, is our race leader. Yes, here they are. Not that first Praga, the blue one, but the next three. That's your top three overall. It's Westmail, Gray, and Much. Much has done the fastest lap, 1:27.690. That's the car to watch. The 87, he's going for it. He wants a double win. Down the hill they come. Westmail wants a win so they can stay in contention for the title. Their rivals, Fabi and Martin, are in fourth place. They had the better of race 1, of course. And Gordy Much, look at the way he's cutting his way through the old hairpin. He is throwing that car around. This is great stuff. Leading the GT classes and, the endurance classes, I should say, for the GT cars, it's still Stepanovs and Tompkins. But I'm sure Johnny Molem, who's now on board the Ferrari, is going to be through before long. Look at this train of Pragas. They've got a lapped Praga ahead of them, and Tim Gray is going for the lead as they come down the exhibition straight towards the Fogarty S's, and he's through. Oh, there's problems there. Something flew off one of those cars. Who did that come off? I think it was the blue car there, which I think is the 85 car, possibly, that they were lapping. Something definitely flew off one of those Pragas. I think it came off the lapped car. So our three leaders are okay. Up the inside, Gordy Much attacking the 29 now of Chippy Westmail. What car did that little bit of debris come off? I'm not sure. Through Goddard's. Westmail sideways, so now your leader is Tim Gray. Across the line. Through to second is the 87 of Gordy Much. Look at this, they're jockeying it out like remote control cars here. And the 87 is through to second as they race into the darkness here at Donington Park. Still 13 minutes of this final Brick Car Endurance category race of the season to go. The Pragas hold the overall advantage. Leading the GT Class 1 cars now is Will Powell. Will Powell has got the lead of the endurance category, ahead of Johnny Molem in the number 16 Ferrari, and the Plato and Cavers Ferrari is down to third in the endurance category. So it's Praga's first, second and third and fourth overall. They're a separate championship, of course, but the Brick Car Endurance category is led by Will Powell. There's that bit of debris that we saw come off earlier on. Tim Gray leads from the Broadbent Much car. Woody Much has got the fastest lap of the race. Chippy Westmail and Richard Morris, this is not playing into their hands at the moment. They were leading, but they've lost out to Gray and Much, but they're not championship contenders. It's important for Westmail and Morris. They need to beat Jack Fabi and Charlie Martin. The gap between them is over 30 seconds. So I think, as it stands at the moment, the Praga Championship is heading to the 29 car. Richard Morris, the founder of Racing Pride, Chris Chippy Westmail. 11 and a half even minutes to go. Looks as though, stay where they are now and avoid any penalties, the Brit Car Endurance Championship is heading to Motor Swan and their McLaren. Here comes the 91 car. Now what's the gap to Westmail and Morris? Nearly 37 seconds, so they look safe in front. Blaze of headlights, it's fantastic, doesn't it? Cars almost seem to go faster racing in the dark. Sprint car used to run their 24-hour race at Silverstone. Maybe we'll see that return, who knows? Sprint car now running the MSUK British Endurance Championship from next year. That was announced this morning. There goes the Ferrari. Carl Cavers on board in 7th place. Grimes and Molem leading Class 3. Class 4 is still led by the Ligier of Birch and Vinelmeyer. There's the McLaren coming up on Ash Woodman in the number 60 Cupra. Had a bit of a delay at his pit stop. The Aston Vulcan, it's got back ahead of Johnny McGregor. They're 9th and 10th now, behind the Bridles in their Praga. Chris Bridle at the wheel. I think we can shortly hand down to the pit lane again to hear from one of our Praga Championship contenders, Richard Morris, I think is with you and in the pits.
He's just gone to put a cap on, if you can bear with us, but the team are just watching very, very closely because Chippy Westerman is out there leading the race as we speak. And here we are, here he comes, he's got his cap on, fantastic. Richard, we spoke a couple of hours ago and you're a bit frustrated. We didn't even know if the car was going to perform in this race. Top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, so, I mean, the team did just magnificently, you know, after that first race incident. Not really our fault, these things happen. The team rebuilt the suspension as fast as they can, used the parts we have here, got the car back out. I mean, the start there, it wasn't feeling perfect. It's definitely not on quite the right corner weights and things. But, you know, the fact that we're racing is the big thing, and it helps us to defend the position that we now have in the championship. Hopefully get another podium to round out a season that I think, for a brand new team, you know, you honestly can't give enough credit. I mean, what Chippy has done here, setting up his own team, he's not only magnificent on the track, you know, everything he's done off the track has been absolutely top class. So, you know, massive credit to him and the team for fighting for the championship in the first year. And, you know, it didn't go our way today, but I think we've just given it a magnificent effort.
Happy with your stint?
Yeah, I think I did what I could there, really. As I say, car didn't quite feel perfect, but we got away. I was going to say a very clean start, not quite true. Exit of turn one, I got about as close as you can come to having a spin. There was a lot of a big sideways moment on the cold tyres, but got through that and then just settled into some solid laps, made sure we were there on the lead train. Team did again magnificently in the pit stop to get us ahead of the 111 car. Obviously Goldie had that success penalty to serve, so it gave us a chance, a little hope of the win, but I think realistically in this race, third is a fantastic result.
And third place, that is going to, he's just got across the finish line, doesn't he now?
Yeah, he's just got to bring it home now, but you know, Chippy's an absolute pro. He'll do the job, I'm sure.
Fantastic weekend so far. We're going to speak to you in about half an hour or so. I think you might be championship winners, fingers crossed for you.
Well, we'll just see what happens.
Thank you very much. Richard Morris back out into the action, and about 5 minutes left to go in this second Brit Car race. Back to your commentator Dave Goddard.
Just over 7 minutes to go precisely. So we're coming towards the end of the Brit Car Endurance and Praga Championship season. The lead is just 1.6 seconds now for Tim Gray over Gordy Munch. Chippy Westmail is 5.5 seconds back in third place. Well clear of the fourth place car driven by Jack Fabi. It is almost dark out there now. Headlights, camera action here at Donington Park. Look at the brake discs glowing in Johnny Molem's Ferrari there. He's in 6th position, leading Class 3. There is the endurance category leader, Will Powell in the McLaren. He's got Molem behind him. They're separated by about 5 seconds, the McLaren and the Ferrari. And third is the Ferrari of Carl Cavers, sharing with Lewis Plato. I knew I was going to do that eventually. Apologies there. Class 4 is still led by the Ligier, Charlotte Birch back in 12th place. The sun setting on the Brit Car Endurance and Praga season. We'll have the Goodyear Brit Car Endurance Championship Trophy category out tomorrow. There is Will Powell, Lotus 1, looking to be heading to the championship this year. Just over 5.5 minutes to go. Somewhere in this blaze of headlights should be our race leaders, I think. Tricky to tell. And there's one car coming through there with no headlights on. There are the leaders, and the 87 has taken the lead. Gordy Much is in front. So 87, Gordy Much, and the car started by Jimmy Broadbent, now in front from Wells and Gray. And I'm sure I saw one Praga there with no headlights on. And I've got a horrible feeling that was the 29 car. Don't tell me they've got a problem, because that's the car that's trying to win the championship. I caught a glimpse as he was coming out of Goddard's. Try and pick up on that. These are the leaders. Pretty much now ahead of Tim Gray. It's getting quicker and quicker as the race goes on. Yes, and the last lap for Chippy Westmail was a 1:47. The Praga pace is in the high 120s, 128s, 129s. I think the 29 car's in real trouble here, because I thought I saw it with no headlights on. Now we're going to try and find that car. It's dropped a long way back from these two, as we saw. We were listening to Richard Morris just a few minutes ago. Has something happened to the 29 car? Maybe we need to hear from Richard again to find out what's happening. Where is the number 29 of Chippy Westmail? Let's see if he comes through. No sign of him there. Now, if Jack Fabi comes through in the 91 in third overall, we know that the 29 car has hit trouble. There it is. There is the 29 with no headlights. Oh, across the line, there's clearly something wrong. You can't, in fading light like this, you can't continue with no headlights, surely. And look, Jack Fabi is catching them. Here he comes. Jack Fabi, personal best lap. He's 10 seconds behind. Now, this Praga Championship is not over yet. There is Chippy Westmail. Something clearly amiss with the 29 car. He has lost the headlights. Is there an electrical problem with that car? Up the hill, the tail lights are still working. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. There is Jack Fabi going through. If he takes third place in the Praga Championship here, classification here, he could pinch the title. Gordy Much still leading from Tim Gray. And the checkered flag is out. The checkered flag has come out a couple of minutes early, presumably either due to curfew reasons or because of the darkness. But the race finishes a couple of laps early. So that means it's going to be a double win for Jimmy Broadbent and Gordy Much, ahead of Wells and Gray. And has that just saved Chippy Westmail and Richard Morris's bacon? Is that them coming over the line? Yes, they've got the headlights back on. Over the line they come. Fabi and Martin are fourth, so we'll have to work out who's taken the Praga Championship. Where's the McLaren? Waiting for Will Powell to come home. Because if he comes home and wins his class, I'm fairly sure that means he's going to win the Endurance Category Championship. There is the McLaren over the line. So by my calculations, that means that Motus One win the Endurance Category Championship. Just had a message come through to say that Chippy Westmail had lost his gears. So maybe he was trying to reset the car. But he has made it home. They've come home in third place because the checkered flag came out slightly early. That has saved their bacon. And we will confirm our champions hopefully shortly. Okay, so the win goes to Jimmy Broadbent and Gordy Much. They're in pit road. Richard Wells and Tim Gray in second. Chippy Westmail and Richard Morris are classified third. They beat Jack Fabi home by 5 seconds. There's your provisional result then. The 4 Pragas in the top 4. Dave Scaramanga and Will Powell fifth, and they win the Endurance category split, and provisionally the Endurance category champions as well, the winners of Class 1. Bon Grimes and Johnny Molen win Class 3 in 6th place. Then the Bridal family in 7th in their Praga. 8th place goes to Johnny McGregor in the Tyrannus. Then Carl Cavers and Lewis Plato 9th. 10th place for Wayne Mars and Tom Jackson in the Dodge. 11th for the Aston Martin Vulcan of Stepanovs and Tompkins. Class 4 is won by Birch and Vinal Meyer in the Ligier. Then in 13th place, Day and Foster in the Cooper. Bobby Trundley and Aaron Morgan. 15th goes to Peter Ersheg in his Porsche Cayman. And the Woodman and Byford Cupra delay at their pit stop cost them. They drop down to 16th overall, 5th in class. Then it's the Alberts in the Aston Martin, Hull and Avery and Havers and Kerry in their Cupras. Then the Morton and Collins Praga pitted a few laps from home. Then Beeson and Healer in the TCR Golf. The Fothergill Bennett's Porsche did make it to the line several laps behind, and we lost Dibden, we lost Cook and Caccard. Wheeler and Harrison's Nissan, Lacey in the Praga, and the Goddard Hollings Ferrari didn't take the starts. Okay, we will be able to head down shortly to hopefully hear from our race winners and hopefully our new champions, as well as we say, by my calculations only, this is not official at the moment, your endurance class champions are Dave Scaramanga and Will Powell, and your Praga champions provisionally Chippy Westmail and Richard Morris. We'll confirm that hopefully shortly. We'll head down to Parc Fermé shortly.
That's it for the day from us here at Donington after 2 days. And we will be back here bright and early. 9:10 starts tomorrow with qualifying for the British Endurance Championship, the trophy category. We've also got qualifying for the 2 series championship. They get to qualify tomorrow. Then from 10:10 racing all the way through. 3 supercar races for you, 2 races for the junior series, 2 for the middle sevens, we have 2 British Endurance trophy classes, and 2 one.
Well, what an end to the Britcar Endurance Championship season. Incredible racing. And he's just got in the car. Let's have a chat absolutely straight away. I'll let you get your helmet off. But just brilliant. We did hear that the car of Chippy Westmail actually lost all gears with a few laps to go and all electricity. Still brought it home third and second in the championship. But these guys in the endurance class... Right, how does that feel?
Well, I'll tell you in a minute. I think we won.
Yeah, I'm fairly so. I've not seen anything ratified yet, but yeah, congratulations. It is incredible racing. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, no, lovely race. Really nice to be racing around here in the dark, actually. But again, Dave drove a good stint, took over. That was a lot easier than the first one. And yeah, keen to see where we've ended up, because we had a few communication issues there. But hopefully that's been all right.
Like I say, it turned into a night race. Didn't anticipate that at the start of the day, did you?
That's a bit of a teaser for the for the November into the night race, isn't it? But no, pleased to get the championship finished, and all good. Hello, mate. Well done.
I love.
Good.
And I'm sure you want to go and find Dave, so I'm going to let you do it. But well done, congrats.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Right, let's make our way around Parc Ferme. Try not to bang into too many cars. They cost a lot of money, these things. So we want to try and find Broadbent and Much. They did it again, can you believe it? Jimmy came into this one, the team of them, he split from Jem very amicably, but a split teams to today. So Jem raced on her own, and Jimmy went with Gordy Much, fellow sim racer. He was desperate for a podium. He's got 2 wins on the day, can you believe it? If I can find his car, Goldie, it should be right in the corner. There he is. Let's have a chat with Gordy. We've not spoken to Gordy today. Spent a lot of time with Jimmy, though. Isn't it beautiful under the lights as well? Gordy, can we get a chat? Yeah. We've spoken to Jimmy a lot today, but not yourself. First of all, congrats. How was that for you?
Yeah, that was awesome. The first race was already awesome. Of course, like the first lap with the carnage, we were a little bit down the order, and then with the extra safety car, other people were able to get their pit stops done. So, you know, I had all the work to do. But yeah, I got the win in the first race. But that race was just awesome because of the success penalty in race 1, longer pit stop, and I knew that those guys were up the road. And essentially, for me, I had to be on the limit every single lap. And that's probably the best race that I've ever had. I was just on the limit every single lap. And then once I got there, I also had to execute the moves. So, yeah, great job to Tim. It was a great battle on track. Well done to Chippy as well. Yeah, I loved that one. That was great fun.
It was brilliant to watch. And what is coming for you next season?
Well, there's some announcements coming tomorrow about our possible plans. I'm not allowed to say at the moment, but you know, in terms of Praga, there's some announcements coming up in the future of the possibility of 2022, and maybe some things on top of that as well.
Fantastic. So congrats on your weekend. Could it have gone any better? Final question.
Pole position would have been nice. Apart from that, apart from the not getting the pole positions, I don't think it could have went any better. I think we got fastest lap in both races as well. So yeah, over the moon with that, and awesome to get Jimmy on the podium for the first time.
Who's that sneaking in your car there? What's he doing?
You might be having a little look at what's going on. He's switching the ignition off.
Okay.
So the battery doesn't run out.
Now your teammate here is he's not in prison, but he's just jumped out the gates here. We can't let you through. If we can get your voice through this, what a weekend for you.
Beyond what I expected when I turned up, I knew Gordy was. He knew he was all right, you know. So, but this lad's an absolute weapon, man. And I think that we've got a really nice pair, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the future.
I mean, you put him in 2 good positions today as well, though, didn't you? I know you sort of waxed lyrical about him. He's a great, fantastic driver, but you are a bona fide racing driver now, surely. You consider yourself that?
It's always hard to, I think. I've always seen myself as a sim racer, but you know, maybe I'm a bit close to thinking that now after today.
So, are you going to come back on this side and get your trophy again?
Yeah, I think so.
Jimmy, congratulations, buddy. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry, guys, mate. Right, who else can we find? They do tend to run off. Sorry, Alan, am I on your cable there? They tend to run off. I would love to speak to Charlie once again. If not, look, all these cars. Do you know what? Dave, I might just jump in one and see you maybe next year sometime. So for now, we'll try and find Charlie. We'll try and find the others. They're going to go and get their trophies. But for now, I'm going to get my breath back and throw back to you, Dave Goddard.
Jumping in a car for next year in Brick Car. Need a co-driver. I'll let you know. Okay then, thank you very much to Ewan Dunlop, first of all, who's been running around the pits and paddock all day today. It might be a bit too dark for us to grab any more interviews. Certainly a rather late finish here at Donington Park. Full credit to all the drivers and teams there for racing into the night. Something a little bit different here at Donington Park today. Of course, we do it all again tomorrow as well. There are a couple of classes that we didn't see out today. We will see the minis hopefully get some racing in after their rather destructive day today. Hopefully we're going to see 4 mini races. Hopefully we'll see the postponed mini race from today. The Mini Miglia's out tomorrow. They've got another race scheduled for tomorrow, as well as 2 races for the Mini 7 Racing Club's 7 category as well. We've got the junior saloon cars joining us, the youngsters in their Saxos, and as well as the Brick Car Endurance Championship trophy category for the slightly less powerful saloon and GT cars. And we've got the British Superkart Racing Club as well. Superkart's absolutely phenomenal round Donington Park. They had their British Superkart Grand Prix here recently. And the winner of that, Lee Harpham, is here. And he'll be competing alongside multiple champion Liam Morley and many others across the 4 classes in the Superkarts. That's all coming up tomorrow. We're scheduled to start just after 10 o'clock with our first race tomorrow morning. But we must say thank you very much, first of all, to all our volunteer marshals. We couldn't go racing without the Orange Army, of course. Also to the St John's ambulance volunteers and the other medical staff, the recovery drivers, the race control staff, and everybody else here at Donington Park today. Thanks to all our camera crews for bringing us the action as well. Mercifully, the rain stayed away from them today. Let's hope it does tomorrow as well. Thanks to all the drivers and their teams and mechanics as well for keeping the racing running smoothly. Sadly, the Mini Miglias with a few repairs to do. Hopefully we'll see as many cars back out for tomorrow's race as well. Well, that just about wraps up day 1 here at Donington. We're back in action tomorrow, starting at about 10 o'clock with the first race for the Superkart. So hopefully you can join us then. So that's about all from day 1. On behalf of Ewan Dunlop and everyone else on our crew today, this is commentator Dave Goddard signing off here at Donington Park. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.